Welcome back to my channel. I don't know how you got here, but I'm so glad you're here. If you're new here, I hope you stick around and subscribe. I also hope you click that notification bell located beside subscribe. Make sure it's highlighted to all. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload. My name is Amanda Ray, and I like to give my commentary and do some rundowns and recaps of everything Sister Wives related, specifically the new episodes after they air. I do full recaps on those, so if you are new here, stick around and subscribe. Let's get right into the recap, aka the rundown, for the latest episode. That was season 19, episode 10 of Sister Wives. We started this episode off with Christine and David arriving at Tony and McKelty's to babysit the kids, while Tony and McKelty go have a little time alone, a little date night, hashtag date night. And they were all about it. Christine and David. Okay, they were all about it. Now, if you didn't know, David's got a lot of kids, a lot of grandkids, so he's used to all them kids, which is a good thing in this situation. Now, in Parowan, at the bed and breakfast, Mary, Jen, and Blair go, it looks like upstairs, to a room to paint the room and start redoing it. I guess this is going to be Mary's room or whatever, and she jokes talking about she hasn't shared a bed with somebody in quite some time. And then they got to talking about the furniture, and she's like, yeah, I give my furniture to my sister. And then Jim was like, well, does Cody know or whatever? And she's like, well, what would he care? But she said, yeah, she told him. And he was like, are you not going to keep it for some nostalgia? And she's like, no, I'm not going to keep that. Like maybe my grandma's furniture for some nostalgia, but not from a broken marriage. Mary did open a lot about her feelings and emotions in this episode, and I appreciate it. For one, Mary said, which made me sad for Mary. She said she's never had somebody to call and check in on her, like, basically a partner. For, like when she travels, when her plane lands, she's never had anybody there, never had anybody call her and like, hey, are you safe? And she said she would really like that. That broke my heart for Mary. I was like, Mary, your partner, your person is coming. Like, girl, for real. That's sad. That is very sad, but I do appreciate her for opening up about, her feelings, her needs and wants, if you will. Back at Tony and McKelty's, they finally went for date night. Look at little baby Avalon. Lord have mercy. Little Avalon is the cutest, most sassiest little thing, and I absolutely love it. And these twins, so cute. So cute. Now, Christine and David were talking about they finally found a home, and I guess they were doing a final walkthrough on the home, and they were discussing, some plans, what they wanted to do. They couldn't wait to, have that big backyard to enjoy all the kids playing and all that. And then I guess the next day or a couple of days later, we arrive at Christine and David's new humble abode. Christine has took Isabel over to show her the house. And then we hear Janelle in the confessional talk about she's really happy for Christine because it seems like Christine is very happy and very comfortable in her own skin. She's not sad anymore. She's not nothing but happy. And she said it's a wonderful thing. So I want to point that out. Okay, I really want to point that out. All these people point out how happy Christine is these days. And that is a beautiful thing. Now, in the house, Isabel was telling her that it was a beautiful home, massive, and she's like, you've never lived with a man full time, hugs her and tells her it's going to be all right, and blah, blah, blah. And both of them talk about how Cody was never there, but like once every 3 or 4 nights. So he literally was never there full time. She's never lived with a man full time. She said she's never, had to share a bed with a man full time. She's never woke up and with somebody full time, every single morning. So it's going to be a change, but she is so ready for it. Back in Flagstaff in the freaking snowstorm, like this is a lot of snow. Look at Mary trekking through the snow. I was like, OMG, that's too much. That made me cold watching it. If you live in an area where y'all get this much snow, kudos to you. Mad respect for you, okay? Because I could not. Not everybody's cold-natured people. I could not do that. Finally gets to the door, and I'm over like, y'all should have had the door open. It's cold. As you can see, the kids greet Mary with big old hugs. And Mary did say in a confessional, and I appreciate her saying this. She said, you know, I've always been close to the kids, so I think it's necessary that I come over here and tell them that I'm moving. But I don't get to see the kids much anymore. She said that she texted Robin, and then she cut that off. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, go ahead. Go ahead, say it. Spill it. Spill it. Speak the truth. Speak the truth. This is what's going on. We've heard this before. People will be like Mary reaching out to Robin, wanting to meet up or wanting to see the kids or anybody, and then Robin just ghosts them and don't text back. I guess she was too busy. Too busy. Didn't see it, huh? But then Robin will holler, well, don't nobody want to be around my kids. Well, girl, answer the phone. Pick up the phone and respond, because these people talk about they text you. But anyway, this is where Mary asked Cody, you know, if he could come over and help her move her things to Utah. And he's like, why so soon? She's like, what? What? And Robin's up there, well, I thought your lease was up in like June or July. And she said, yeah, it is, but I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here, basically, is what Mary said. And they're like, oh, okay. I'm like, y'all, come on now. Get real. Y'all knew Mary was moving eventually. Now y'all are like, do what now? Do what? Move in. But Cody does agree to help her move and all this other nonsense. Now, talking about moving, it is moving day for Christine and David. Christine and Isabel are moving into Christine's new humble abode with David. They're looking out them big old pretty windows. And Isabel is like, this is going to work, right? And then they go outside and she's like, Isabel says, he won't try to replace Dad, right, for us. And that's when Isabel breaks all the way down. I'm talking, she broke all the way down. And I'm going to tell you something. It was very telling, because when she was breaking down, she did talk very nicely of David. She wanted you to know why she was breaking down, okay? Because she said, David is a really good guy. He has a really good relationship with his kids. He's always there for his kids, and he has a really close relationship with his kids. I just wish I had that with my dad. That stood out to me. I'm like, okay, all right, now we see where the emotions is coming from. The emotions ain't coming from Christine moving too fast or somebody trying to replace somebody. The emotions, and let's get down to it. The real and raw emotions, the reason behind it is because her daddy ain't there for her. Okay? Now, whose fault is that? Her daddy's. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Her daddy's. Cody Brown. Cooter Brown downtown. The one who's over hugging on Brianna, Solomon, Ariella, Aurora. That one. But anyway, speaking of Cooter Brown and his kids that he does hug on and he's there for, Mary tells Solomon and Ariella that she's moving to Utah. And Ariella's like, oh, no, I don't want you to go. And then Cody and Brianna is sitting there. I'm over like, well, where's Aurora and Dayton? Curious. Just because I'm nosy. Look at Brianna. Looking like Robin. These girls, Robin's daughters have faces just like her. And you know what I'm talking about. If you're a viewer or a longtime viewer of this show, this right here. It's like, what? What? I'm confused. Or just always constipated or something. Look at his face. Look. I don't know what had happened, but Mary got up and Cody hugs her and just pats her while he hugs her. I'm like, Chop, please get it off this scene because I cannot. So they did. Yes, thank you, TLC. We went to Moab, Utah. We was riding side by sides. We was on the Razor with Christine, David, and Truly just ripping and roaring, just riding through the rocks and the mountains and hill climbing. I was here for it. Okay, so then we stopped. I knew it. This was the moment. This was it. David says, this is a beautiful place, ain't it? And then he looks at Christine. And I'm over here. This is when the tears started welling up. He said, so, we've talked about getting married. Y'all, I was breaking all the way down. She said, yeah. I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. We're getting into the goods. I'm telling you, I was squalling at this point. He said, all the good times we've had so far. She's like, yeah. And meanwhile, I'm over here like, please don't fall off this rock. David, please do not fall. Please do. I was a nervous wreck right here. So David gets down on one knee and he says, will you marry me? She says, yes, yes. And y'all, I'm over here just crying. I am at this point crying. David and Christine has made me squall so many times this season with pure joy and happiness. This was a much needed change for this franchise, for this series as a whole, this TV show. These beautiful moments, these tears of joy, these tears of happiness for somebody else, that is much needed, okay? That is what the soul needs. Let me go ahead and tell you. Let me get off my pulpit because I feel very passionate about that, okay? Very passionate about that. Share them happy times. I'm here for it. You know you are too. What did y'all think about it? And on next week's episode of Sister Wives, it gets really awkward between Cody and Mary because I felt that tension, and you're going to know what I'm talking about when we talk about this even further. Okay, they was giggling and laughing, and Mary's like, ooh, I'm your favorite ex-wife. I knew I'd be your favorite at one point. He's like, yeah, Mary, you're my favorite ex-wife. So as he's helping her move, do y'all see this right here? He is behind her with his against her behind. Y'all, they're over there both smiling ear to ear, looking happier than they've ever looked in their life. I'm over here like, oh my Lord. I can feel the tension through the TV. Are they finna have a fling? Is something finna go on? Okay, so then we get in the bed and breakfast, and I guess it's time for Cody to head on out after he helped Mary move, and this dude breaks down crying. He is squalling, y'all. He don't want to leave Mary. He is squalling. He's like, I wish things could have worked out, Mary. I'm like, what is going on here? Did they just get it on? And now he's squalling and don't want to leave? What just happened? In real talk, realness, what happened? Okay, so we also are going to see Christine and David call all the kids over and tell them the wonderful news by them watching that little video we just watched of David getting down on one knee and proposing. So, yeah, they are very vocal about it, per usual. You can already expect. Peyton's like, what? You're engaged? Would love to know what y'all are thinking about all of this. What did y'all think about this most recent episode? And what do you think about Cody and Mary? I'm feeling weird tension and weird vibes right now that I've never felt between them when watching them. Normally, I'm like, oh, he's done. You can tell he's done. Now I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. The way he's behind her, humping on her like a dog, I don't know. But like I said, y'all let me know what you think in the comments below. I can't wait to read y'all's thoughts and opinions. Woo, I am ready. I know they're good. Y'all are my people. Don't forget to like and share this video. Please share this video with all your fellow Sister Wives friends and fanatics. I really would appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe before you close the door and head on out of here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell located beside subscribe. Make sure the bell's highlighted to all. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload. Don't forget you can catch up with new episodes of Sister Wives that airs every Sunday. Sunday, exclusively on TLC at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. I love you so much for watching. Don't forget to stay tuned because I got a lot more Sister Wives talk on the way.